All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to break down the simple, powerful rules for saving money. These are the habits that can seriously help you build the financial future you've always wanted.
You know that feeling of stress around money? It's super common. But what if we just flip the script on that? Instead of thinking about limits, let's think of money as a tool for freedom, for choice, and for actually building the life you dream about. Let's see how.
Think of it this way. Understanding money is basically a superpower. Seriously, it gives you control, it cuts down on stress, and it lets you focus on your real goals, whether that's a new gadget, a trip around the world, or even starting your own business. And it all begins with a simple plan.
So let's get into it. Let's unlock that financial superpower and start making your money work for you, not the other way around.
And this quote really hits the nail on the head, right? Being financially savvy isn't just about crunching numbers in a spreadsheet. It's a mindset. It's about figuring out what truly matters to you and then using your money as a tool to get there. That's what gives you real control over your life.
Okay, now for what is maybe the most powerful rule of all, a total game changer. I'm talking about the concept of paying yourself first.
It sounds simple, and honestly, it is. But wow, is it effective? Before you pay your rent, before you buy groceries, before a single dollar goes to anything else, you move a chunk of money over for your future self. This one little habit shift makes your savings the #1 priority, which guarantees that it will actually grow. So how do you actually do it? Well, it's just 2 steps. Super easy. First, pick a percentage you're comfortable with. 10% is a fantastic place to start. Then, and this is the crucial part, the second you get paid, you transfer that money into a separate savings account. Out of sight, out of mind. You'll be surprised how fast you adjust to living on the rest.
Let's make this real with an example. So meet Jane. She earns $2,000 a month. By paying herself first, just 10%, which is $200 every single month, she built up a $2,400 safety net in just 1 year. See, it's not about huge lump sums, it's all about consistency.
So, you're paying yourself first, awesome. What's next? Well, now it's time to give every dollar that's left over a specific job. And we do that with a simple budget.
I know. The word budget makes a lot of people cringe. It sounds like a diet for your money, right? But it's not about restriction at all. A budget is just a plan. It's about being aware, finally knowing where your money is going so you can point it toward the things you actually care about, instead of wondering where it all disappeared at the end of the month.
And a really popular and honestly super easy way to get started is the 50-30-20 rule. It's so straightforward. 50% of your after-tax pay goes to your needs, 30% can go to your wants, and a solid 20% goes straight into savings. Okay, so here's what that actually looks like. Let's say your monthly take-home pay is $1,000. That means you've got $500 for the absolute essentials, $300 for the fun stuff, and $200 that automatically goes toward building your future. It's all about creating clarity and giving you back control.
All right, now we get to the really cool part. Once you're saving, your money can actually start to grow all by itself. Now, it's not actually magic, but it's pretty close. It's called compound interest.
This is the secret sauce, the force that can turn small, consistent savings into serious wealth over time. Basically, your interest starts earning its own interest, which then earns more interest, and it creates this amazing snowball effect. And you know what the most important ingredient is? Time, which is why starting as early as possible is your biggest advantage. And you can literally see that snowball effect right here. A single $1,000 deposit earning 5% interest grows, which is great. But look at how much faster it grows over time. The jump between year 5 and year 10 is way bigger than in the first few years. That right there is your money working hard for you. Okay, so we know the rules, but just as important is knowing what not to do. Let's talk about some common traps to make sure you steer clear of them. This is probably one of the biggest hurdles for people, mixing up what you need with what you want. Needs are the things you have to live and work. Wants are everything else. So your rent, that's a need. That fancy coffee every morning, that's a want. Getting this distinction right is the absolute key to making a budget like the 50-30-20 rule actually work. So here are some of the most common traps people fall into. Having no plan, buying things on impulse, and always thinking, oh, I'll start saving later. But here's the good news. The simple rules we've just talked about, paying yourself first and having a simple budget, are your best defense against every single one of these. So when you boil it all down, saving isn't about what you have to give up, it's about what you stand to gain.
We're talking about freedom, security, and the ability to design the life you truly want to live. The big takeaway here is that you hold all the power to start building that future today. So what's your first step going to be?